All the time, turn around, brothers gather around, always looking at me up and down, looking at my, I'm just going to say it now. I ain't trying to round up, drama little mama. I don't want to take your man. And I know I'm coming off just a little bit conceited because I keep on repeating how the boys want to eat it. But I'm trying to. But I can't be treated like clientele because they say she delicious.
It's hot.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
How is everyone doing? Welcome to episode 5 of We Go Off. Pamela?
Hello.
What is new? Oh my god, I miss you.
I feel like you too.
Girl, I feel like I've only been seeing you when we're recording, and I don't like that. I want to see you outside of this for sure.
Don't worry, that's gonna change. It's just been a crazy whirlwind trying to handle everything, but. Yeah, no, I missed you too, but I'm excited to do another episode and hang out more often, of course. But
of course.
Yeah.
Well, it's your birthday weekend, so I'm really pumped for this.
Yeah, I'm mind blown. I'm turning 24. It's kind of weird.
See, there's no song for that, right? 22 has Taylor Swift.
That's true.
23 is Blink-182. I'm like, what does 24 have?
So is there none for 24? What's that meme with SpongeBob and Patrick?
Oh my god, wait, is that 24? What it is?
No, I think it's what's funnier than 24. Is it 25?
25, I think so.
I think that's the 25 one.
You know what? If we're wrong, then you guys just fucking
comment on Instagram because I'm curious. Yeah, I swear. I thought, there isn't anything for 24.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Man, no wonder I'm feeling all funky with my birthday. Just kidding. But I'm excited. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it will be pretty fun.
Yeah.
But how have you been? What's new?
Oof. Not really. Just work. Work.
Ew.
And more work. I don't know. I feel like my life has just been working.
I swear, though, every time, we're coming to record, it's a fucking adventure, right? So.
Oh, seriously. Tell us about your adventure.
Well, here we go. So, I got off of work. I was, really pumped. But my car has been having, some issues. I think it was my fault because I was trying to pump up the gas tank when the car was still on, which I know is a big no-no. Listen, okay?
What?
But the car's computer did not register that I had put gas into it. So I had put 5 gallons into it. My car gets 25 to 27 miles per gallon. Anyways, so I was kind of just coasting through it. And so today when I was leaving work, it was at 130. And even though I could do math, I was like, you know what? We're going to be going downhill.
I have plenty.
Yeah, I have plenty. So I get onto one of the main roads and I'm driving down towards my house. And all of a sudden the car kind of goes, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? I was trying to pump the gas. I was like, why isn't this working?
You're
and then
spanking your car, give me some more.
Yeah. Just a little bit further, just Fred Flintstoning this shit. I was like, oh my god, it was a disaster. So
no.
I ended up calling one of our friends who I love her to death, but I would have thought I'd be picking her up in this type of situation, but instead she comes
the turntables.
You know what? This is karma. This is really karma telling me, get your fucking shit in order, Ethan. Oh my god. So she picked me up, but we're recording now after this whole ordeal. So
I made it.
I did.
You're alive. That's the plus. I mean, but so you're saying you put gas in your car while it was on?
Yes.
What led you to think that was a good idea?
Listen, okay, I picked up this habit from my aunt 5 years ago. Yeah, because she did it and the car didn't explode and I was like, wow, you can do this. This is fine. And so
this is the argument for anything.
Yeah.
They did it and they didn't die, so I must be able to do it and be fine. Right?
No, quite literally this is what has happened. So this happens more frequently than I would like to admit. So anyways, yeah, I was 40 minutes late to getting here, but our good friend Pam over here, we're both procrastinators, so she was also running a little bit late too.
I was,
but she got here still in a timely manner. So
I mean, but we got here right around the same time, so I
okay,
mean, not bad, not bad for having your car completely run out of gas. But I feel for you, that sucks. Funny enough, I've yeah, my one of my siblings, I should say, when they were driving their car, they were driving us to this football game, me and my friend, and they were on the freeway driving, and they get up on this hill, and it's one of the exits. You know how the exits are elevated?
Oh yeah.
Up? Of course, her car, runs out of gas right then and there, and so the car chug, chug, chug. And we're like trying to get up the hill.
No.
We're like, come on, get up the hill so we can push it the rest of the way. It literally stalls like on the peak of the hill.
No.
And we missed our football game because there was no gas in the car, and we had to wait for our parents to come give us gas. It was just so funny. So I feel your pain. That's a rough one.
Well, and it was funny because, like, when it did run out of gas, like, I triangulated. I was like, who was closest to me? So I called Pam first because I was like, she's closest to me right now. Let me try to figure this out. She didn't answer. So then I call our other friend. And
I'm not reliable, folks.
Funny enough, she was the one that answered of anyone. And I love her to death. Like, all love, I promise. But it was just really funny. So
you thought you'd be her savior.
Yeah,
funny how that
exactly.
works.
I know, funny
Hilarious.
how that works. But it's good to be on again. Just a little bit of quick housekeeping before we get into it.
Right.
Of course, our Instagram is We Go Off Podcast. You can find us there. My personal handle is Ethan X Torres if you do want to follow it. Just always some fun adventures there and stuff like that. We have solidified now that we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Google Podcasts, and, you know, we're working on some of the smaller networks, but I think those are some of the main ones, so you can find us on some of the major platforms for sure.
Yeah, we have noticed that people have listened in from a lot of different areas, and I guess even on web browsers, so we love to see it, and definitely listen in, of course, share, and, you know, thank you for your support. It means a lot to us, and it's been so exciting to see the growth that has come from this. So.
Totally. I mean, I think we're just having a good time. So thank you for coming
for
along on this ride. Choo choo. Oh my gosh. But so like last week we were talking about concerts. I thought that was a pretty fruitful episode. I think we went off a little long on that one. But
yeah, sorry everyone, this could be a long one. I love concerts, and I have a few already lined up for this summer/fall. So
me too. So I just got my tickets to Decadence. So I'm gonna be spending New Year's in Arizona. I'm gonna be seeing like Louis the Child.
I've
Zed's
seen
Dead.
that. That's like such a cool concert. I've heard. I haven't ever gone.
Pumped. Yeah,
that looks so cool. Heck yeah, it's like once in a lifetime thing.
I think like I know that we were talking about going to a concert here in like November possibly.
Yeah.
Like Max.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. That would be pretty cool too.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just love concerts. Definitely open for going to concerts in our area. I just want to see as many people as I can. That's how I feel, honestly.
Oh, me too. Me too, all the way. Oh my gosh. I already feel a little bit buzzed. Do we want to tell the folks what we're drinking tonight?
Yeah, let's do it. So, we got ourselves this nice, it's a local cider. It's from this place called Sandia Hard Ciders.
Oh, yeah.
I'm drinking lemon mango. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking the watermelon variant of this. It's one of my favorites to take snowboarding, actually. So.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, I'll take it up on the mountain, and it's funny because like it does like have a little bit of an opaque like pink color.
Yeah.
So there's been times where like I take a hard fall or whatever, and this like bursts in my backpack, right?
Oh no!
And so it looks like somebody had like a bloody massacre on the mountain, and I'm
They're
like,
bleeding.
yeah.
No, it's just my cider.
No, it's just my cider. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
But it's like kind of a drinking game, right? Because it breaks open, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta finish this. So like it's just like chugging it. Yeah. So.
What made ciders your drink of choice? Snowboarding. That's interesting.
Oh, it's
like what led to that? Is it just like one of those things that's
I think it was one
drink?
of those things that it was like a very comfortable drink, and I always enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, why not like be like in my most comfortable state, like while I'm doing the thing that I love.
Right.
One of the things I love the most. So like. I take them up there, and like I've turned some of my friends onto them. So shout out to the friends that like these, because I know you. Yeah, cheers! Woo! Yeah. So, if you ever get the chance while you're in New Mexico, definitely try these out because they're fucking phenomenal. So
agreed. And they have a lot of flavors too. So lemon mango's one, so is watermelon, and I definitely recommend trying the other ones. So.
Oh hell yeah!
For sure. Well, I guess the last item of housekeeping is we got to talk about our song of this week,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
Right? Well, my song this week is called Throwaway. It's by S.G. Lewis and Claro. So Funny enough, this is a song that I heard while I was shopping at Walmart. Of all places, I like heard it in the store, and I was like, I love this song.
Oh
Added
my
it to
gosh.
my playlist, and it's been one of my favorites ever since.
Sometimes that happens, right? Like you're
Right.
just shopping and you're like, oh, this is fucking going hard. You're like twerking your ass on like the meat aisle. You're like, this is fitting, but
you
you're
see
like,
my
get it,
legs
yeah.
up on the glass, like wow.
Those lamb chops are getting a show, you know.
That's right. I mean, I don't know if I would say this is a twerky song, but it is one of those songs that like caught my attention in the store. I didn't realize Walmart had their own radio. It's literally called Walmart Radio.
No, they do. It's
So
kind of cool.
wild.
But Pam showed me the song, and it honestly is like such a vibe. Like I really resonated with the lyrics because I'm such a lyrics bitch.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Oh my gosh.
Take a listen, guys. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
I'd love to hear your song of the week, Ethan. What is it?
Yeah, so mine is Savage by Weathen, and on the track is Flux Pavilion and Max. So, like, again, that's the artist that we were just talking about that we were potentially going to go see.
Right.
But this song is a little bit more EDM. It goes a little bit hard, but again, it's part of the lyrics, but also that drop just hits so good. And
I love good drops.
Yeah,
Definitely
it's like
makes
one of
the
those
song.
songs that when you listen in the car, you're just like fucking like maybe going like a little over the speed limit. Like you're like
50
fuck
on
yeah,
the 35,
like yeah,
like,
exactly. So
it is a good song. We did listen to it before, and I need to add that to my playlist. That's
you
for
do.
sure.
I mean,
know.
what are
After
you
this,
doing, Pam?
I don't know what I'm doing, but it's gonna be on my playlist by the end of the night for sure.
Aw.
So good, so good.
But yeah, so this week, me and Pam were talking about it, and I think we really want to dive into a little bit of fashion.
Yeah,
A lot of different facets of that,
I
really.
mean, yeah, fashion is kind of a very expanded subject. There's so many things you could say when you're like talking about it, looking into it. I mean, even when you go out to shop, like there's so many different trends and things that
Oh
you
my
can
god, yeah.
enjoy. Or like, for example, I went to Plato's Closet. I don't know if anyone's been there, but Plato's Closet's pretty cool. It's a thrift store, but anyway, I went to Plato's Closet, and there's just so many different like variety of clothes, and I always feel like there's items that I personally like to wear, and then I see other ones that I've always strived to wear, but I don't feel comfortable wearing.
Well, what's kind of funny, like, I think for women, especially, like, with Plato's Closet, you have so much more variety. I would say it's, like, 80% of the store is, like, focused on women. And then the men are, like, in the back dark corner. There's, like, a
The
little
musky
goblin
corner.
there. Yeah. Like, there's, like...
It's true.
It's like, come, like, look at my shirts that, like, have, like, moth-eaten holes in them.
You're like, we can negotiate the rate on these shirts.
And my shirts are like 10 times more expensive than your guys. I feel like you
I've
can find like a
noticed
shirt
that.
that's like $1. Meanwhile, I'm over here having to bargain over this shirt that's like a Walmart shirt that's like $15. I'm like, okay, what is going on over here?
Yeah, I mean, I will say that's something that's like definitely skewed. But, funny enough, I was trying on an outfit and I like put it on and I was like, this is way too revealing for me. I don't feel comfortable. Granted, I have a lot of, I guess, modesty issues sometimes. Well, not issues, but I guess I was raised very modest. So like for me to branch out and like kind of show a little bit more skin than I'm used to can be such a huge jump and leap. So like,
Yes.
I thought that was interesting, but it kind of brought me to an interesting question, and it's one of those. I saw an article about it, but I wanted to, talk to you about this, Ethan, because I was like, I want to hear your side of it. Is it possible to be wearing too little of clothing?
Well, I mean, so like kind of branching off of what we were talking about last week, right? So I used to have a lot of modesty issues too. And again, I think we come from very religious households.
Right.
Very predominant religions in the United States as well.
Right.
And I think for me, I did struggle with modesty for a long time. Like I never wanted to wear anything that was too tight or revealing.
Yes.
And I remember, because I grew up in a small kind of farm town here in New Mexico, like there was one time that I was wearing like some pants that were pretty tight. And like, honestly, I've got like kind of thick thighs. Like, I can't help it.
I feel
like,
how you feel. Thick thighs for the win.
Yeah, thick thighs save lives. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I remember I went into the gas station for something, and as I was like going across the parking lot, like I had this guy be like, could your pants be any tighter? And I'm
he said something?
Yeah.
Literally. Oh my God.
And it hurt me because like these pants like fit pretty good everywhere. But yeah, they were a little tight around the thighs and the butt. Okay. But like, honestly, it's hard because sometimes that just happens, right? Like you try to find stuff that fits you, but like when you have like a predominant feature of your body, sometimes it's hard to find something that fits your entire body, you know?
You're speaking my language. No, I definitely get exactly where you're coming from. So, yeah, like Ethan mentioned, both from religious households, and for my religion, we had to basically cover up everything from, like, our knee all the way to, like, our shoulder. Like, you weren't really supposed to show much skin, if any, really. Compared to other religions, not, like, as extreme when it comes to modesty, but it's definitely one of those things, like, the stuff I'm wearing now could definitely be taken as immodest.
A little bit, not promiscuous. That's not the right word.
No, but like I guess more revealing. Eyes, more revealing. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just think it's so funny how I've been trying to like change my view on that because I am definitely a feminist in the terms of I definitely believe we should be able to wear what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
If you go out and it's super hot, yeah, for sure, wherever you want. I'm not going to judge you. I feel like everyone should have that right and that power to be comfortable in wearing what they want. And also, I feel like your fashion, for some people, is like a statement. It's like a vocal thing you're sharing with others. So I've always felt like that's something that you should be proud of and you should be confident in. But for me, that's been something I've had to grow. So, like, I remember wearing my first... I guess you can call them booty shorts or short shorts, whatever you call them. The first time I wore those, that was such a like scary day. I distinctly remember just being paranoid the whole time because I had never showed that part of my leg before, so I was so nervous.
Yeah,
I'm walking around and I'm like, is my butt showing? Can you use my butt? Like, ow. And everyone's like, no, you're wearing the longest shorts here.
Yeah.
But they weren't long for me at the time. They were super short. So I guess I definitely have grown. I've been more comfortable showing a little more skin. I don't think I'll ever be one to be a crazy daring dresser, I will say. But I get where you're coming from with having a part of your body that's larger than others.
What?
What? Shocking. I'm definitely larger up in the chest area for sure. And that's something I've always struggled with because in order to cover that up, I have to wear clothes that like aren't necessarily my size in other places, but they can cover the chest, which is the largest part of me. So I found that's been a struggle. And so, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like fashion needs to be like still more diverse, I feel like. There's a variety of bodies, but it's also difficult because you're trying to encompass all these bodies.
Yes.
Yet everyone's so different in their own right, and their choices are different as well.
Well, and I think I'm going to go off on like a whole little tangent here, but
go for it.
So like growing up in my religion, we were extremely modest. Like literally the organization would send us like pamphlets about like what you're supposed to wear, and they would show like what is modest versus what is not modest. And so like growing up, like I always thought it was more economical. I didn't really see it. Like my mom would buy us stuff that like honestly was baggy on us and stuff like that. And like growing up, I was like, oh, she's just doing that because she wants us to be able to wear this for a while.
Right.
But then like there was a certain time when like I got to like my later teen years where like I was going to be the size I was going to be. And my mom was still buying like the super baggy stuff. And
extra
honestly,
large shirts.
Yeah. Like it kind of sucked, right? Because I felt not cute in my clothes. Like I felt, excuse me, but I felt like very, I don't know. I just didn't feel confident in what I was wearing. Like I felt like I was wearing something that was chosen for me or whatever you want to really say. And it kind of sucked because like there was other people that I would see, especially the ones who came from Albuquerque. Because again, I grew up in like a small farming town.
Right.
So that was more accepted. But like when you would like have conventions where you would be around all these people from Albuquerque and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I would see people and they would be wearing stuff that actually fit them like appropriately and like looked good on them. And sometimes like I would have issues with that because I was like, I look like a fucking like hobo over here. I mean, it was a nice, okay, that's, hobo is not the right word.
No, I get what you're saying. You're wearing purposely like baggy clothes because your mom bought them that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And it didn't feel as comfortable because I will say, you feel more confident in your clothes when they're fitted. So, I mean, I totally get where you're coming from.
And one of the leaders of our church, they had this whole, like, again, like, a little bit pining back to, like, last episode. But there was this whole segment, I remember, that they talked about, like, skinny pants and that these gay designers are making these skinny pants to look at our asses and stuff like that. And they're making that so that, like, we could be preyed on, basically. That's the kind of like narrative that they sold to us. So it was really hard for me because like I didn't feel confident in my shit. Like I didn't want this to be like skin tight painted on me, but I wanted to just like look appropriate. Like I wanted to look like you wanted your hemlines on your shoulder to match with your shoulder instead of to your elbows, right? Exactly. Like, so I mean that was kind of hard like growing up. But at the same time, like, I did understand it. And I think kind of like you, once I kind of did depart from the religion, it was kind of like this very, like, tumultuous thing where I was trying to figure out, like, what do I want to wear? Like, and I feel like,
feel comfortable
I feel like I probably went from, like, one extreme, like, to wearing stuff that is, like, 2 sizes too big to, like, 2 sizes too small because, like, I wanted to, like, I was like, fuck it, I don't know what to wear. Like, I think I'm going to wear something that, like, accentuates my body and, like, actually shows off who I am. And I think I had to go on that journey myself, though. And I think I had to do it at a time where I was a little bit more confident with who I was. And I feel like sometimes it does happen, like, a little young nowadays since social media is so, like, ingrained in our lives. So... I mean, like, I think everyone should be confident in their bodies and everything as well. I really, like, do promote, like, body positivity. Yes. But I do think sometimes there is, like, a time frame or a time and a place to wear it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I get exactly what you're saying. So you're, like, talking... In a club scene, let's say, you'd probably dress more revealing than you would if you were going to Walmart, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, if you're one to wear the exact same outfit you're wearing to the club to Walmart, kudos to you, because I don't have that confidence. But, yeah, I feel like I'm on the same wavelength. There's a time and a place to wear certain outfits. And so you bring me to a good story I read this week. So there was a story I read online about a woman, and she was in one of the pools in Las Vegas. And it's like a family pool. Like, everyone was welcome. Like, I wouldn't say family per se, but it was like everyone was welcome. So you had little kids, but you also had like older adults, teenagers, things like that. And this woman, her swimsuit was like a thong almost. It was like a thong. And it was a one piece, but like... a thong in the back, and then it barely, like, it covered her nipples, like, the main things I guess they require you to cover in swimsuits, and that was about it. So she was revealing quite a bit, and so there's this debate that was going online was, like, is she allowed to wear what she wants, and everyone should just kind of go with it? Or is it one of those things, like, since it was a everyone's invited type of situation, she needed to be more considerate with her swim attire?
Okay.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting, because I couldn't quite... nail down my decision on that because I kind of felt both sides.
And I kind of go back and forth too. And maybe it is a little bit of our religious background.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think, like, if I was at a convention and I saw somebody with, like, God forbid, like, but like a low cut top, or like a guy who was wearing like stuff that like his ass was like literally like completely like engrossed in his pants, like,
right.
I feel like there would be a conversation about that. But at the same time, like, when I've gone to, like, raves or when I've been at Pride or whatever, I see that type of shit and I'm like, fuck yeah, like, I'm, like, endorsing it all the time.
Right.
But I think the main element of that argument has to, like, teeter on kids, to be honest.
Yes, that's definitely one of the big points.
I think even when it, like, comes to cursing and stuff like that, sometimes I struggle around kids because I feel like I'm just so free, and, like, a lot of the people who I hang out with, my contemporaries, are typically my age or older or whatever. Right. So I don't have an issue with that. Socially
acceptable type of
but,
thing. But,
like, you know, there's been times where I've been at a pool, and I'm just talking about cursing because, like, I think it's, like, the most...
general
thing, but like it's something that happens
Everyone
pretty frequently.
can resonate,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but like when I'm like at the pool and there's like kids like, and I have to like be like, oh fuck, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm like, oh frick, like, you know, like
yeah, oh my gosh,
yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. So I feel like I get that like kids need to like maybe be introduced to this, or maybe the parents need to take them on a path to show like what adult stuff is versus like kid stuff, and I don't ever want to like subject that. And so sometimes like I remember I was up in Denver even, and I guess this kind of correlates between the two things I'm talking about right now. Mm-hmm. But I wore this shirt and it says I'm a ray of fucking sunshine, and so I wore that.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. No, I love you. But I wore this and I wore it to the botanical garden, and there was like a lot of kids around, and most of the time I'm like very confident in who I am and what I'm doing.
Right.
But I was feeling like a little insecure, and I felt myself like actually covering up like the fucking part of the shirt because I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot of kids
kind of
around.
Of the eyes. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess to kind of throw the question back at you, do you feel like it's because of the children? Like if family setting, when you think of family setting, like you're not probably worried about like the 80-year-olds because they've been around this shit forever, but you're probably worried about like how the kids are going to perceive it, right?
Yeah, I mean, and so this is where I think I differ a little bit in my opinion from others. I feel like children are really innocent. You're only putting this in their mind because you as a parent are concerned about it. Because honestly, I'm siding on the opinion that I feel like bodies are beautiful in their own way.
Yes.
Like, it's not one of those things you should be like shameful of per se. And all children are going to like develop in their own way. And they're going to have these parts of their body that they need to know and be familiar with. Because I've always thought that children need to know these things.
Yeah.
Like, they need to know reproductive organs. They need to know this type of stuff because knowledge is power. This is something I will preach till I die.
And it can serve as like a protection, honestly.
Exactly. And so I don't see an issue with having a woman's body on display because if you watch a Disney movie, heck, like what is Jasmine the princess wearing? Like, her boobs are out for display. And I mean, that's one of those things of...
Which is funny because then with the guys, like when you look at Disney especially, like... there is very few times that they show any nipple. Like, right. I can't even think of an occurrence where there is a nipple. And I mean, you guys can definitely, like, pop in and, like, let us know where there is. But, like, I feel like a lot of the time, like, it is, like, very censored. But in certain elements, though.
It's censored, but it's also, I feel like, a subconscious thing.
Yes.
So, it's hilarious. This is something that was actually proven. But when, like, the Little Mermaid movie was released on VHS... the castle has a penis on it.
No way.
There's literally a penis included in the castle.
What?
And the Disney producers hid that from everyone. And if you watch any Disney movie, there's like sexual innuendo that they like hide in jokes all the time.
Well, yeah, because like what they're trying to do, right, is they're pandering to both like
kids and adults,
and the
right?
adults, like they want the kids to like it will go right over their head, but they want these adults to also like get a little bit of comedy in this moment. Yeah, like oh my gosh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like if Disney's catering to the adults and to the children, I don't see the problem of kind of explaining to the children about the body and like how they differ person to person. Because if anything, I think, like I said, knowledge is power, and it's going to create a more loving atmosphere, and diversity is something that really kind of needs to be taught. Diversity is so important, and the reason why we have such fearful people in our world today is because they haven't been exposed to things that they never knew about, and unfortunately it causes trouble. Granted, this is in a modest sense. I just feel like personally, if my child is looking at this woman and like trying to grab her butt, that's a teaching lesson for me.
Yeah.
Teach your child that's not appropriate, or teach your child she could dress this way, but maybe it's not something you should be looking into because they're so young, you know?
Exactly. Well, I think that is like a very good, like, well-rounded view, because I feel like a lot of the times parents get upset, and I feel like what really happens is these parents get upset because they're like, oh fuck, like now I have to have this conversation with my kids, like, and I think it's like what's the issue with that? What's the issue with like having to have these conversations that, yeah, might be a little uncomfortable, might be expanding the like barriers of their knowledge, but at the same time, you still have control over that. You're just like responding to something that happened. So for instance, in this situation, like they're responding to this girl who's wearing something that's a little bit more revealing, right?
Right.
And it can open conversations at home that are going to be, you know, educating these kids and giving them a parameter of like, you're more than welcome to do this, but at the same time, like, you notice how this person got attention or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you can talk about it and like
However
really kind of discern.
Yeah.
And it can actually give this child a little bit more of a well-rounded view of the situation that they just witnessed.
Exactly.
It's not like they were having like sex like in the middle of the pool, right?
Like I said, children are pretty innocent, so this isn't something I feel like they were looking at and automatically was like sexual. I think that's more the parents looking at it and thinking sexual. So, I mean, definitely personally, I feel like there's a time and place for it, and I wouldn't have been comfortable wearing that outfit to that pool. But that's my choice, and I'm not going to bash anyone who feels like that's totally fine, because if that's what you feel comfortable with and you want to do it, go for it.
I agree. Same.
Yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was such an interesting topic, because, I mean, now this is like a full-grown woman. I definitely am the type of person of if you're 18 and younger, yeah, you probably should cover up a little bit more. Because, I don't know, I think...
Well, I think there's just like...
teenage years, that's where it gets a little confusing.
Especially because, like, nationally, there's been, like, such a conversation about, like... I hate to even say it, but, like, grooming and stuff like that. Like, I think it's important to feel comfortable in your own skin, but also, like, it scares me because... I would love to be in a society where we're more accepting and more like loving and like, you know what, you can wear whatever the fuck you want, but unfortunately there is still like other generations and other people who still predicate and still like take advantage of that situation. And so I think you should definitely explore who you are and everything, but it should honestly be in a safe space. I think that's the biggest thing is that if you are going to explore, like you want to wear a crop top or whatever the fuck you want to wear, like pasties, I don't even give a shit. Just like it should be around people who are age appropriate and like B are gonna be like supportive and not going to take advantage of the situation.
Or
not
take
that it
offense
makes
to it.
Or offense. And I think nobody should ever have to like change who they are. Like I don't give a shit. Like you can be fucking naked in the middle of a room. That doesn't give anybody the right to like take advantage of that situation. But
firm believer of that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do think, I don't know, just like we've got to protect ourselves, and unfortunately, we don't live in the most accepting of societies, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, this also just goes back to everyone can have their own opinion, and we're not ever going to take that away from anyone. That's like the freedom of speech, freedom of thought, however you want to feel. I guess that's okay. But I definitely think, I guess what I'm trying to go off of is, I know fashion has changed quite a bit from when I was a young girl. So I'm looking at girls that are 14, 13 now, and what I wore when I was 14, 13. And it's one of those things, you know, you can see on Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Yes. It's like the comparisons. And I look so childish. Like, honestly, if I look at the photos, I'm wearing like a Rugrats t-shirt and some like shorts. Like, you know, definitely I'm not with the fashion trend, that's for sure. But I at least was able to kind of live a little bit more childish for like a majority of my childhood. I was very lucky to have that.
Well, and I understand that everyone's experience is different, right? Like, I feel like from a young age, I did have to grow up, but that didn't really translate to like the
clothes you wore,
the clothes.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. I was still like pretty modest. I still dressed like what the other little boys were dressing like at the time. But I have like really noticed a trend of people, like especially who are younger. Like I look at like the people who are like 13 now, and like if I didn't know any better, like there's some people who like mature really early. I would think they were older, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, right? I've been shocked because there's been some young girls, I look at them, I'm like 18, 19 for sure. Talk to them, they're definitely only 14, 13.
Yeah,
or maybe
exactly.
like 15. Like it varies, and that's what's so difficult nowadays is I don't know, because there's makeup, because there's really nice clothes out there, it can make someone look older than they actually are. And also vice versa. Clothing and makeup can make someone look younger than they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the change with our society. And I definitely think, granted, I do want to be a mom in the future, and this is just probably just for my kids and like how I'll raise them. But I don't think there's just any need for you to try and dress sexy before 16.
That's fair.
Personally, just because
I think I agree with that completely.
Who are you dressing sexy for? If it's for yourself, okay, there's ways you can feel sexy and comfortable and confident in who you are. But, you know, there shouldn't be a need for that unless, like, you obviously have a desire, I guess, at such a young age. Granted, when you're older, you can do what you want. I think it's just concerning for me because, granted, I went to Disney World in July, and I was shocked at how little clothing these girls were wearing. I know it's hot, it's humid, but I was appalled. They were wearing less clothing than I was. Like, booty shorts where you can see their butt cheeks, and, like, you could see their nipple and everything. And it just blew my mind because I know these girls were only, like, 14 or 15. And the fact that I could see all that, I'm not someone that's ever going to take advantage of that. I want to protect these kids and protect them.
Completely
and give them the ability to grow and develop who they feel or how they want to be or who they want to be as a person. But that's me. You're not looking at the fact that there's all these other people looking at you as well. And in that situation, because it's so massive, I guess I just can get concerned because there's a lot of people out there that could be toxic.
Again, I don't think it ever gives anyone the right to take advantage of that situation.
No, of course not. And that's not what I'm saying at all. It's more of like, no one should ever be put in a place where they're in danger or be put in a place where, like, they have to protect themselves, things like that. Like, it should be a place where we all should be comfortable in what we're wearing. We should all feel safe.
Yeah.
We should always feel safe. And the fact that there's people out there that's going to negate that and make that an issue is what makes me so upset, is because I know there's people out there looking.
Yeah.
And that's so scary for me. You know, I don't have any kids. I can't even imagine being a mom. But, like, that's why I don't feel comfortable if I had a daughter or even a son. I wouldn't want them to dress, provocative when they were young like that because, I don't know, I guess it kind of asks for unwanted attention. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That's a loaded question. I'm so sorry. That was a little deep dive. I mean, and I'm not saying it's asking for it. You're not ever asking for it. Let me clarify that. I do apologize for that statement because a lot of people sometimes get victimized because of that. Like, you were asking for it. Look what you were wearing. And that's not ever an excuse or a reason for that person to have this harm done to them. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. I think it's more like you'll have more eyes on you, I guess is what I'm trying to say, when you wear less clothing.
No, and I agree with that. But also, if you're looking at, like, a 15, 16-year-old, like, get some fucking help. Like, honestly,
you wish they would get some help. That's their own fault. These people need to seek this help.
They do. Like, that's disgusting. Like, honestly, like, if you can't control yourself around these people, get some fucking help because you have something that you need to work on. And I'm sorry if that, like, makes anybody drop off, but honestly, maybe you should, because that is not okay.
Yeah, honestly, if you're that way, drop off. I don't want you listening to this podcast because that is inexcusable, and I will put my foot down. That is inexcusable that you look at someone and automatically think you can take away their virtue, take away their rights, anything like that. That is not acceptable.
Yeah, I think I see where you're coming from, especially from, like, the parental kind of standpoint.
I guess
like,
that's
you
what,
just like, it's that kind of mama bear instinct. You want to just make sure that these kids are going to be safe and secure and that they're going to be protected. But at the same time, like, I think that's why we need to change this fucking society, and we should make it so that these people can wear whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
And it's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be something that, like, they could be predicated on or whatever. So
maybe that actually is a good point. And see, this is why I wanted to talk to you about it, because, like, I flip-flopped. Maybe that's why we should have these teaching moments for kids when they see a woman or a guy that's wearing less clothing. If you teach them younger, it's going to prevent things in the future.
Exactly.
So if you're teaching them, oh, that's just the female body, you know, it's very normal. and like, you know, you go off on what you want to tell them about, at least they'll have that exposure instead of throwing themselves in the world and not realizing all these things that they had never been exposed to before.
No, I agree with that. And I think that's probably a very good teachable moment. And I feel like our kids particularly are going to have it. And it makes me excited for like these upcoming generations because they have had that experience, right?
Exactly.
Like they have had the ability to kind of like see that they can like accentuate parts of their body, and they should feel comfortable in a space that they can do that among their peers and contemporaries. But I don't think we should ever have to like, it just makes me upset that there are still people out there who are like fucking disgusting like that.
Yeah, you've said it right. It's kind of one of those things where society needs to change. We need to evoke that change by teaching. Can't believe how many times I've said it this episode alone, but knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Yeah.
If you have this knowledge, if you have this information, it's only going to do you good. I can't see it ever being bad per se, because I don't know, the world's changing.
Yeah.
That's something everyone needs to know, and that includes modesty. I know 50 years ago this is something you wouldn't have ever seen.
Well, it's funny, right? Because like Elvis, right? When he was on the Ed Sullivan show, he literally like they like had to like tape him from the waist up because they didn't want to show like his hips moving and stuff like
You're
that.
kidding!
No, you didn't know that?
I didn't.
No,
They
yeah.
taped him.
So they literally wouldn't tape him from the waist down because they didn't want that suggestive thing. So like as a society, like think about like the things we've witnessed within our lifetime, like there has been so much growth and change, and I think it's honestly better because it shows that the human body can be admired, but also not, what am I trying to say? Sexualized, yeah.
So you're saying it's more art and not really sexualized instantly.
And
yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
again, do not mean to throw my mother under the bus, but I remember when like Beyonce did the Super Bowl, like she was pissed because she's
Did she turn off your TV?
She didn't turn it off completely,
that's what my mom
but she was like, I cannot believe she's shaking her hips like that. Like, this is like so inappropriate. And it's like, why can't a woman shake her hips? Like, why can't you show like the natural features that you have? Like, everybody has something that they could show off or whatever.
Right.
And like, why can't you be given that ability to show it off if you want to show it off? You know, like, I think that's something that really frustrates me, is it's like, what's wrong with that? Like, what is so wrong with somebody showing...
there shouldn't be anything wrong with that.
Exactly.
That's funny that you said your mom... So my mom was always very... I love my mom to death. She's an amazing person. Let me just preface that. Like, I owe everything to her. She was, like, that one woman in my life I could always count on. And I still count on her. But I will say, because of religion, it was one of those things I think she was really fearful of, was, like, the sexuality or just, like, the physical side of being human. I didn't really get much talk from her with that. But I remember at the Super Bowl shows, if it was ever like a woman that was leading the Super Bowl halftime show, we wouldn't be able to watch it. Because I guess, I don't know, I never really completely understood her side of it, but what she was thinking was these women were going to be showing more and more of their skin, and she didn't want that to lead to any like confusion on our end, or I guess ideas that we could dress more provocative or dress more revealing. So I always thought that was so funny. Granted, if a guy was performing, like, we for sure would watch that halftime show. See, and I thought
I'm
that
thinking
was
like
the
Maroon
thing.
5, like right away when you said that. He took
Yeah.
off his fucking shirt during that
Oh,
performance.
but it's
like,
the men's shirt. It's fine. Like, that's okay. But
Yeah,
if
he
a woman's
could show his
showing a
nipples.
bra and, like,
Yeah.
underwear, that's not okay.
and I mean, just like Super Bowl, I think that's like a very like funny thing to bring up. But like, think about like Janet Jackson, right? Like, she
I
got
know.
completely destroyed because not even her, but
Justin
Timberlake
I know.
ripped off her little pad and revealed her nipple, and she literally wasn't able to show her face for years.
Yeah, and that wasn't even her fault. And the fact that the responsible party really didn't get any punishment for that, like, she was unfairly, held accountable for that when she really had no control. And that made me upset. I agree. That was shocking.
It's crazy, right?
I don't know. It's one of those things. Fashion's ever evolving, and I think modesty needs to evolve with that too. Like,
I agree.
There's a variety, and modesty, I think, for me, especially since I've grown as a person and grown in who I am and how I feel comfortable dressing, modesty differs for each person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one person may not feel comfortable showing off their cleavage or may not feel comfortable showing off their shoulders. But another person could feel totally comfortable and modest wearing absolutely nothing but, like, pasties and, like, a thong.
Yeah.
Like, and that's up to you and your prerogative. It's kind of what you feel comfortable with and what you can, I guess, resonate and really feel like your true self. I've always felt like that is something everyone's going to go through. They're going to go through their fashion trends and figure out what they feel comfortable with.
I agree with that.
I mean, on that note, you got anything else to say about fashion, Ethan?
I mean, I feel like I've really, like, grown into my fashion sense, to be honest. Yeah. Like, I wear stuff that, like, I know that especially maybe my family would disapprove of.
Yeah.
Like, especially when I go to raves and stuff like that. Like, so, for instance, I wore, like, some booty shorts going to...
God forbid.
Oh, God forbid. But I wore some booty shorts going to Ganja White Night up in Denver, right? And that was such a fun show. But fun. It was so fun. But
Good.
I was one of the only guys that were wearing something like that revealing, right? And at first, like, I got a little self-conscious about it. Like, honestly, I kept following myself, like, pulling them down a little bit because I was like, oh God, like, my ass is out, whatever. But, like, as the night went on, like, I felt more and more confident about it because, like, I just felt like, you know what, fuck it, like, this is my body, I should be proud to show it, whatever. I think sometimes it is that kind of journey, you're putting yourself out there, and I feel like in those moments you really do feel like your confidence or like that, like, wow, this is my body, and you know what, I should be fucking proud of it, because I feel like I had that whole evolution over the course of like an evening. So
wow, that was beautifully said. I love that. I agree. Everyone should be happy with their body. I feel like this is your own and you can make it your own however you want to do it. So that was amazing how you said that. And I'm glad you had a good time. That looked like such a fun concert.
Oh, it was so fun. Oh my gosh. I cried. I laughed. I did everything.
Oh, that's so good. Well, yeah, it's one of those things, like you said, if you want to put yourself out there, do it. You just have to have that confidence and that drive to be comfortable in your skin and what you're wearing. So I feel like I'm still going through my fashion journey. I'm still very much...
It's always an evolution. Yeah, I don't care how old you are. It's always going to happen. Yeah.
I feel like, but it's definitely for me something that past 3 years, it's probably expanded the most it's ever has in my entire life. And that's been like interesting, but also kind of exciting. I've had to become more comfortable in wearing clothes I know I look good in, but I have to be confident to have that feeling, if that makes sense. So
totally.
Well, on that note, I guess episode takeaways, what I learned from this was I need to be more confident in my skin and love my body and who I am, because this is what I was given and I'm going to work it to its full, you know, to everything that I can with it, because I love my body. And I think, like you said, there's things that I want to accentuate and feel more comfortable in.
Hell yeah. Well, and for me, I think it's just like this generational change, right? Like, I think that we just need to keep perpetuating that. And I think we need to just show that it is okay to like show who you really are.
Right.
And you shouldn't feel shamed or anything like that. But I think just be aware that there will be eyes on you. I think you had said that. But at the same time, I think just fucking wear whatever the fuck you want. You know what? Just, you are allowed to showcase your body in the way...
Showcase your goods, for sure.
Well, yeah, I guess, but...
No, but your body, I get what you're saying. Sorry, I'm more like, showcase what your mama gave you.
Oh, my
God. I do also want to preface one thing from this episode. Anyone, anywhere is allowed to wear whatever the heck they want.
Fuck yeah.
And there is no reason, no explanation that can be given for anything that may not, may have not, I don't know, happen to you. No one should ever take that choice away from you.
Agreed.
And I just want to like let everyone know, this is the final thing I will say about this episode. Whatever the fuck you're wearing, you wear it and rock it proudly, because that is you.
Yes.
And that is your choice, and this is what you feel comfortable in. And I don't care what the fuck you're wearing. That is you, and no one should ever take that away from you. So I'm trying to say. So
agreed. Oh my gosh, yeah. This episode was a little heavy, but I think we did bring up some stuff that like maybe needed to be addressed. So I agree. I just thank you guys for listening, and we would love to hear your feedback on what you kind of felt about this, to be honest.
Yes, definitely. Comment on this episode of that will be posted on Instagram for sure. I want to hear a little bit more about what you guys think. I bet we both want to hear about it. Because,
we do. We really do.
Like, we have kind of aligned opinions on this, but I definitely think other people have different ideas. So if you have any ideas, let us know, and maybe we'll have an episode where we kind of talk about other opinions and things like that.
I think that'd be really a good idea. Yeah.
I agree.
But as we're kind of wrapping things up, I wanted to know, like, Pam, I'm like always upset about something, right? So I wanted to know, like, what are we going to go off about this week?
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, this week,
oh no,
I'm going off on how the littlest cuts on your body, it could be a paper cut, it could just be like a little scrape, why do they hurt the most?
Always.
So I don't know how it happened, but I have this like little thin paper cut on my lip, and it's not bleeding or anything, so I don't know where it happened, how it happened, I'm not quite sure. But anytime I like accidentally touch it, or if like my like tongue touches it, or even if like a drink touches it, it's like instant stinging.
Fuck, so I hate that.
Like, drinking this cider over here like, like every time I take a sip, I'm like, my lip.
You know what's funny? So one of my coworkers actually sent me this like meme earlier this week regarding like paper cuts and stuff on your hands. Like it was like a bottle of hand sanitizer, and it was like, this is the tiny cut finder. So like you put the hand sanitizer on, right? And you're like, you're like, didn't know that existed, didn't know that existed, didn't know that existed. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's honestly one of the worst things. And it just doesn't make any sense. And that's what's like bugging me, I guess, this week is like, why does this cut on my lip hurt so bad?
Yeah.
It shouldn't, but it is. It's like you said, the paper cuts on your hand, you'll find them and they always seem to sting. Non-stop.
Always.
Non-stop.
Well, and there's a little bit of science behind that. So, like, what actually happens is the white blood cells actually can't penetrate, like, these really small cuts, right? So what happens is those cuts are, like, raw and exposed for a longer time than, like, say, like, you got a fucking slash on your hand. Right. Because they can actually go in there and start to, like, make the scar tissue. Oh. Yeah. So, like, these super small cuts, the reason why they, like, stay around longer is because they're so small that you can't actually penetrate that area. So that's why it hurts for a while.
Register that you are like, injured in a way.
Exactly. And it's not only until you get that pain response that you're like, fucking A.
Man, the more you know. I am shocked by that. I did not know that. That's kind of intriguing.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Shout out to Ethan, our friend over here.
Aww.
Anyway, Ethan, I want to hear, what are you going off about this week? Fuck.
Okay, so it kind of ties into like my introduction here, right? So.
Oh, okay.
I am going to go off on the fact that technology doesn't fucking work, right? Okay, so like let's take the car example, right?
Oh,
so
poor thing.
I know I fucked up, right? I should have turned off this car.
Why is he filling up gas? What is cars on?
Oh my gosh. Anyways, so yeah, I know I fucked up, right? Like I should have like turned off the car. I should have like put gas in the tank, like a reasonable human being, because I don't want to combust at the gas station, right? But anyways, my car didn't fucking recognize this, so I'm just like over here having to do like mental math the whole time. Like, okay, I put 5 gallons. We have like 25 to 27 miles per gallon. I was like, when are we gonna run out?
130.
Oh my gosh. Okay, leave me alone. I know I was being a dumb bitch.
Sorry,
okay,
no, you're not. It happens to every one of us. It's okay.
Anywho. Where I'm frustrated is like, why the fuck didn't it register? Like I had this car turn on and off like probably like 10, 20 times.
And it never registered.
It never registered that I had put gas in the car, right? So I was super frustrated by that. But on a separate note, like, you know, I have a ton of like home technology, right? Mm-hmm. Like I have like 30 devices like around my house. Wow. And I love it. And, you know, we live in like an apartment that's probably like 1,200 square feet. And the Wi-Fi router that we use should technically extend to like 2,500 square feet. Anyways.
Yeah, normally.
Right? there's like half of my devices that don't work at any given time. And there's no rhyme or reason why they don't work. Sometimes the one in the kitchen doesn't work. Sometimes the one in my bedroom doesn't work.
So it just varies?
Yeah, it just varies. And I never know what is not going to work. So I get very frustrated with this. And like, okay, like I am like a big Android Google like head. Yes, he is. And I have gotten berated about this
Google
forever.
Google is his best friend.
But I feel like as an Android user, especially like because I use the Pixel, so like it's like Google's little baby, whatever.
That's good.
Honestly, I feel like I am always a beta tester, right? Like I am the person who like they're like testing this shit on, and they're like, let's see if this works, and they throw it at me, and it fucking pisses me off because I'm like I am like so loyal to you guys, and you guys
That's
like
why they test you.
They're like kicking me while I'm down, you know, like they're like.
Oh, like, that is so funny because I'm the beta tester for Apple.
Really? Oh my god!
That gets like a random update, like they kind of want to test it, like on Snapchat. So you know how Snapchat for most people the stories go right.
Yeah.
Mine go up and down.
What the fuck? They're trying to make a TikTok over here?
Yeah, basically they're checking out like if that is better for consumers or not. It pisses me off. I did not ask for my stuff to be changed.
Agreed.
All of a sudden I'm looking at mine compared to everyone else and they're all the same except for mine. I'm just like, why is my Instagram not the exact same outline as yours?
No, it makes me upset, right? Like I'm like, where's our fucking paycheck? Like honestly, I'm like, that's my biggest thing. I'm like, if I'm gonna be your fucking beta tester, at least provide me some financial compensation.
I know. Like, where's our check in the mail?
Yeah, like oh my god, it's fine.
That is a good point.
But yeah, so that's my rant. My voice even cracked right now because goddamn, like I just can't.
You're serious about that. But
yeah,
I don't blame you. That's a struggle.
But we really appreciate you guys listening. I know like this was a little bit of a hard-hitting episode, but I think it was something that has been probably resonating on both of our minds, and I think it was something that we wanted to talk about. So
definitely. And of course, if you have any opinion or you want us to clarify anything, definitely feel free to reach out to us on our Instagram page.
Oh yeah, we're always available.
Yeah, we both have access to this, so we'll both see your questions, comments. So we don't ever want anyone to feel like we're judging or anything like that. We just are kind of openly talking about topics that have been in our mind throughout the week. So definitely reach out, and of course like us on Instagram, follow us,
leave a like and review. Like it honestly really helps us a lot, and it gives us a little bit more exposure, so we really appreciate when you do that.
Definitely. And it really means a lot. Like Ethan said, we care about each and every one of you, so thank you all so much for listening. Yeah.
And so you'll have to listen next week. I don't know what we're going to go off on, but I'm sure it's going to be just as tantalizing as this topic.
Just as crazy for sure.
Yeah.
We don't ever know where it's going, but
yeah, thank you for listening. And you'll have to tune in next week when we go off.